Thunder Report from 107.7 The Franchise.
Greetings, Thunder fans. That was fun. The Oklahoma City Thunder beat the first-place San Antonio Spurs tonight, 106-94 in front of another sellout here in Chesapeake Energy Arena. It's a 4-game sweep of the Spurs in the regular season, but it didn't come easy. San Antonio led 51-48 at halftime, but the Thunder outscored San Antonio 32-20 in the third quarter and raced to another victory. Kevin+Durant had 28 points. It took him a while to get there, but he's now scored at least 25 points in 39 games in a row, one shy of Michael Jordan's 40 games in a row, and Kevin can get that tomorrow night in Houston. We have plenty on our postgame show. We'll start with Thunder coach Scott+Brooks and then go to San Antonio coach Gregg+Popovich. We'll also hear from Kendrick Perkins, Russell+Westbrook, and Kevin+Durant on tonight's Thunder Report.
Well, our defense was outstanding in that second half. Thought we started that third quarter really making it tough on them, getting good, clean looks, and that's one of the hardest things to do against the Spurs. They move the ball so well, and they cut so hard. All their players can handle and make plays. They're all triple threats. And then the second half, I also thought we got out and ran with our defensive stops. We got out and ran, 15, 18 fast break points in the second half, something like that. But I thought it was good. Everybody, I thought Serge was active. Serge was really doing a good job of blocking and altering shots, protecting the paint. But everybody chipped in. Everybody came in. Reggie came in and made some big shots when needed.
Dean Blevins, News 9. Coach, how much of that is Russ and his leadership? He talked at practice about the fact he's been disappointed in his defense and he was going to take it upon himself to play better.
Well, I like that. I like Russell. Russell has one of the best players in the league, and he has matured as a player right in front of our eyes. And it all comes down to all the work that he puts in. He wants to lead our team every night, and he's an emotional guy. He plays every possession with fire, and that's what makes him a special player. All of our guys take ownership on how they play, and a lot of times as a group you have to do it as a group. Sometimes you have to do it individually, and I thought during that stretch when we weren't playing the defense that we were capable of playing, we got together and tried to clean some things up, and I thought it has improved, and tonight it couldn't have been any better with the way this team has played, and obviously the streak that they're on. They're one of the best teams in the game and one of the hardest teams to guard.
Myron Patton Fox, you closed quarters really good tonight. First half closed to kind of stay within striking distance. You didn't play that well, and then the third quarter you took over at the end of the third.
I thought Russell's big three into that second quarter was a big shot, and then we made a layup. We cut it to three going into halftime. But the third quarter, our hands were active. I mean, we were all over the place. We were defending them without fouling by moving our bodies, and not grabbing and holding. We did a good job. They didn't get to the free throw line, and they don't shoot a lot of free throws, but they're hard to guard, and we did a good job of keeping them out of their offense.
Nick Allison at ME.com. Coach, you turned them over 19 times, led to 30 points. Why were you able to get so many of those live ball turnovers, do you think?
Well, those in the second half, that's what we really wanted to, throughout the game we want to focus on that, but I thought we picked it up defensively in that second half with our hands and our length, and we were clogging all the angles and driving opportunities that they had, and then we were closing out to the shooters right on the catch, and you have to do that against this team. They're one of the best three-point shooting teams in the league. They have a team full of 40% three-point shooters, so you have to be right there when they catch because they shoot it within a second.
Coach, Michael Kenny, Norman Transcript. Can you just talk about specifically the defense Russell played on Tony Parker? It looked like he was in them from the get-go, harassing them, getting them on the floor, whatever chance he got. Just talk about that intense matchup right there. Well,
a couple of things have been, I think, is a little overrated. Is we are not overrated as a team that's underrated, that we are a good defensive team because it starts with everybody participating in the defense. And the thing that's underrated in Russell's game is his leadership and his ability to defend. He's an amazing scorer. He can put points on the boards. He can get KD a lot of looks. But what he does, he leads and he defends at a high level, and that's what really makes us a good basketball team.
after Serge kind of altered some shots and blocked some shots, did you kind of see them noticing that and maybe, passing out down low and just Serge's impact overall?
No, they pass the ball on every team. This is one of the best passing teams in the game. They move the basketball. They know Serge is going to be around the basket. That's what he does. He's right there with the best defensive players in the year of the year. In my book, he's right there. He should get it. The way he defends, he plays pick and rolls, he guards multiple players. We can switch him out on point guards like we did tonight, and then he blocks and alters and changes a bunch of shots.
Anyone else?
Scott, can you talk about just having Kendrick back there, having Kendrick in there, giving you those minutes? I know it means a lot to the team as well.
I think he did a good job. I love the crowd's response. They appreciate what he does, and that's all that matters. We love what he does. He impacts the game in so many ways that this stat sheet, you might as well not even look at it. He's a winner. He wins, and he does. I thought he did a great job coming in. It's always nervous coming in for your first game. He probably won't tell you that because he's too tough. At least he tries to act tough in front of you guys. But he hasn't played in a while, but I thought he did a good job of coming in. The nerves kind of settled down in the second half and did a good job.
Kevin Guzminski, News9.com. Are you still sort of tinkering with the rotation, but still as you get guys back, for instance, like we didn't see Jeremy Lamb until late tonight, or is this the kind of rotation you think you'll be using going forward?
Well, it's going to be hard to get everybody in. It's the NBA. You have to be ready when you're called on, and you can't play all 13 guys, but all 13 guys have to be ready. And how you do that is preparing to be ready at all times. And you do that to start the practice. You do that to start the shoot around. And you prepare before the game. And then when you get an opportunity, you give yourself a chance to play well. And Jeremy hasn't played a lot of minutes, but he's still in the mix. He just has to be ready when he's called on.
It seemed as if late there was a little bit of interest and effort in getting KD his 25th point. Is it natural for you guys to? He even kind of cracked a smile when he went to the free throw line there. I know you guys aren't gunning for it necessarily.
I'm highly disappointed in our fans. They put so much pressure on that when he had 24 points. They wanted it. I think they wanted it more than anybody. And it's actually great to see. It made KD smile at the free throw line. We weren't running any plays other than our late game plays when we need a bucket, and that's what he does. It's a great streak. You're talking about one of the greatest players that ever play the game of basketball, and he's doing it. Even the streak of 3 consecutive months of 33, that's amazing. And then 39 games shows his consistency. Shows that he is as consistent as any player in this league, and he earns the success that he gets because he works his tail off.
You talked about it a little bit earlier, but interior defense, Kendrick getting back out there, good job on Duncan tonight, putting a body on him. Talk about his performance, getting back in there.
That's not an easy player to guard. He's going to go down as one of the best bigs in the game. He has so many great moves. He's fundamentally sound. He has all the moves down low, and he shoots the ball well from the outside. I thought Serge and Steven did a good job of just challenging his shots and making his catches difficult and pushing his catches further out than he wanted.
For us, we didn't react well to physicality. I thought they did a great job getting physical in the second half. And it created a gazillion turnovers, and that was the game. 30 points off turnovers, you're going to lose. And so our reaction to the physicality wasn't good. That's the ball game.
You were talking about before the game, Leonard. You wanted to see how he did against Durant. It looked like he had some foul trouble, but it looked like he did a pretty good job.
He's great. I was proud of him. He's learning every day. Playing longer minutes than he ever has. Going to him on the offensive end more. He's just growing by leaps and bounds. And so I wanted him to be out there every minute with Kevin tonight, just so he could learn, what it's like to guard a great player. And that's what he's going to be doing for his whole career in this league. So it was a great night for him.
What good can come out of this streak being over?
We never thought about the streak in the first place. To us, it's just another game. And we just watched film about turnovers and playing in a crowd and that kind of thing. So we learn from every game, whether we win it or lose it, but it's got nothing to do with a streak.
You guys seem to bring out the best in Reggie Jackson. He plays well every time he plays the Spurs.
You're
He hadn't been
right.
playing well the last few games. But
Well, then we're happy that we were able to come in here and get him on track again. We're nice guys. What the hell? But you're right. He's kicked our butt every time. He's got a lot of confidence against us.
Perkins didn't play much, but he seemed to inspire him some on defense, get him going.
Yeah, every team needs that. He's an enforcer. He's got an edge. He's got a toughness. He plays not to take any prisoners, kind of thing, and that's great for a team. And he's been out a lot. He probably doesn't have his rhythm and that kind of thing. So
You seem to really enjoy the national anthem. Is that one of the better ones you've heard?
I thought it was great. You should
have served halftime. They were great at halftime too.
Yeah. Plus, is that right? Plus, the violin. I mean, that you don't see that kind of stuff. What a great talent, and for kids to see that, I thought it was pretty cool. They probably looked and did a second take, like, whoa! Everybody's got a saxophone or they got a guitar, something like that. And this kid comes out there with a violin. It was pretty cool.
He's got like 3 music degrees too from college.
Does he really? My God,
Yeah,
it was very cool.
when Russell Westbrook is on like he was tonight, what problems?
Yeah, he's tough. It's a good question. Like Tony at half, I think right before half, we were up by about 8, and then we went in up by 3, I think, all of a sudden in a blink. And Russell pulled up from about 36 feet. He said, "Pop, what do you want?" I said, "Nothing." Just, no, let him shoot that. We'd rather have him shoot that. And he drilled it, So when he's doing that kind of thing, he's really tough to handle because he's such a great driver in the first place. If he's making those shots, you're in big trouble.
What kind of impact does Serge Ibaka have on the interior defense?
Well, you already know the answer to that. He does it every night around here. I mean, he's a great shot blocker, great defender, takes great pride in it. Maybe the best in the league at it, being mobile and getting from one side to the other. So, yeah, he has a huge impact.
When we play defense like that, it's going to be tough to beat us. That's just our motto. That's what I'm sticking by.
How important was closing the half? You got the three-pointer and then the layup in the final seconds. How important was closing it out?
Very important. I mean, you may miss a few shots here and there, but you got to keep your mind in the game and stay in the moment. And regardless of if, I made that 3 or I missed it, you still get the opportunity to get a 2 for 1.
Does it look like after you made it, you told the Spurs that you weren't going to stop? Was there something about that moment that you wanted to just really send a message to them?
Yeah, I'm not going to stop regardless if I start 0 for 20, turn the ball over 10 times. I'm going to keep coming. Keep coming. That's my motto. That's what I stick by.
Russ, after that dunk, you had the crowd pumped up. Talk about that moment where you got them on their feet and what that does to you guys.
It's good, man. I haven't dunked for the Thunder fans in a while, so I thought I would do a little something tonight. But it was good to get loud and have some fun.
You guys got those loose balls in the second half. First half looked like they were getting them, but you got them in the second half.
Yeah, I mean, we had a little slow start. I mean, he wasn't down too much, but we could have did a better job in the second half, and I thought we did a great job coming out and doing a great job defensively.
Russ, can you talk about getting Perk back?
Toughness, man. He gonna bring that to the table regardless of whatever else he does. If he gets a shot up or if he doesn't, but he brings toughness. Did a great job on the big. Serge, Nick, Steven, the bigs did a good job of being physical and just brings toughness.
Talk about Reggie, his impact off the bench tonight.
Reggie was Reggie tonight, man. He was aggressive. He can score the basketball. He did that tonight and did a great job running his second unit.
I thought we had active hands. I thought we did a great job of deflections and steals, and it's part of it. I thought our energy level was high. Earlier they came out here, a lot of contested twos, and we kept saying that they're not going to hit those shots all night, so I think we did a great job of it.
You have to feel pretty good because they did get off to a big lead, but you're only down 2 by the end of the first quarter.
Yeah, for sure. They got out to a 10-point lead the start of the game, but we kept grinding it out. We weren't making shots that we usually make, but we kept pushing, and our bench came in and gave us some great minutes, and we just picked it up the second half.
How'd you feel?
I felt good. Just wanted to get my feet wet a little bit, play a little bit, so, just take it one game at a time.
It seems like you guys have sort of a speed and athleticism advantage against them in over 48 minutes. It's sort of a little bit, you'll make more plays in the open floor than they do. What is it about that matchup that you guys just have such an advantage?
Well, I think we got that. We also bring physicality to the game. We're a team that's gonna come and get real physical with you also. So we do a great job of doing that too.
The beard just you got rid of it when you got activated?
Yeah, I can't play with that. So
some people do.
Nah, I couldn't.
There was a guy around here for a few years.
I couldn't play with that, so I just had to go back to what I usually do.
Did some things really well in the second half on defense and offense. We moved the ball, and it was a good win.
What did change? Because they were kind of getting the loose balls the first half. The second half, you guys got them, and the crowd really got involved on the breakup.
Yeah, we just made the second and third efforts, and we did a good job of helping each other out on the defensive end. Once you do that, you give yourself a good chance.
Katie, what were you thinking? It looked like you smiled when you were at the line, stuck at 24, and you had 2 free throws coming. They started chanting MVP. Tell us what you were thinking.
That's a cool feeling, man. I don't ever want to take those moments for granted. I know it's not, really what I'm playing the game for, but it's still cool to see that support from such great fans. And no matter what, man, I really appreciate it. And, as a player, as a person, for people to be behind you like that, it's definitely a surreal feeling just to hear it amongst the crowd, man, and a special moment.
I know you've said that you don't particularly care too much about the 25-point streak, but when you hear the fans care so much about it, does it kind of make it hard not to care?
Yeah, it does, because I really don't. I mean, I'm just going out there and playing, and whatever happens, it happens. But to hear them chanting, I heard them when I missed a shot. They were a little upset, but it's like I said, to have that support here is unbelievable. And after I hit that free throw, I guess it was a sigh of relief for them. But I just can't explain it. Words can't explain what I feel about these fans and just the love that they show.
That lineup, when it's you and Russ and Reggie, all three of you can break down the defense. What kind of pressure does that put on an opposing team?
Yeah, it's hard when you got 3 guys that can create their own shot and create for others. And once we move that basketball the way we did, drive the ball, kick out the shooters, and even get layups and dump off passes, it makes it tough. So just having Reggie and Russ, and when I be aggressive in the driving, when I have the bigger guys on me, it helps our offense out, and it also helps our defense. We can switch a lot of things, and we can keep guys in front and take them out of some of their stuff. So it's a good lineup.
What do you think of Serge and the Big's impact tonight?
Serge was great. He didn't. He was a little frustrated. He was missing some shots early on, but he stayed with it. I think he had 3 blocks, but it seemed like 7 or 8. Just the impact he had when he was contesting. He made guys, think twice when they came into the lane. Perk was great his first game back, just being physical, not letting them get anything easy on the pick and rolls. He was there. He was communicating with us, and Steven did a great job, and Nick as well. So we're gonna need them to play hard every single game like they do, and we rely on them a lot on defense.
Would you say a word or two about tomorrow's game with Houston?
It's going to be a good one.
Anybody else?
Last one.
It's been a while since we've seen him do that.
I seen it in the practice the other day. So, no.
We don't get to go.
No, it was one of those plays where you're right. He hasn't done it in the game in a while. I forgot he had that in his arsenal. It caught me by surprise. But him and Reggie, they get up there so quickly, man, and they get the crowd into it. So that was a huge play.
That's Kevin+Durant, who scored 28 points tonight. Russell Westbrook had 27. Serge Ibaka scored 11 points and had 12 rebounds for another double-double as Oklahoma City completes the sweep of the San Antonio Spurs and now just trail San Antonio by 2 games for first place in the Western Conference. Thanks for watching this Thunder Report. I'm David Garrett for 107.7 The Franchise.